Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. So today's post actually covers three things, so it's a 3-for-1. So number one, I'm going to do a pattern review of a Burda style pattern that I made and I just love it. I'm wearing it today, so I just decided to take advantage and do a video about it. Number two, I'm going to share with you a mini fabric haul showing you the fabrics that I bought today when I went up into Leeds town to meet up with a few of my friends, and we had quite a great time. And number three, to share with you some sewing plans. Stay tuned. So starting off, the pattern review. So this dress that I'm wearing, I made it from the Burda style March 2018 issue. Now if you watched my browse through, you may recall that I did say that I struggled with this particular issue. I didn't think that there was anything particularly outstanding, and as a result I only selected 2 items to make from it, and one of them was the panel skirt and the other one was this, which was the featured sewing pattern in the magazine. So this one is dress number, what's the dress number for this one? Oh, it's number 113. So I'll just show you that. That's the line drawing there. And it wasn't something that particularly stood out for me, and the only reason that I chose it was because it had an interesting feature of the bustier over a shirt dress. But I am glad to say that by the time I finished sewing this dress, I got really excited about it, and I think that it's just a lovely, lovely dress. Now the modifications that I made were that I didn't put the sleeves. It's supposed to be a long sleeve dress, but I just didn't put the sleeve in, and I just finished it with a bias binding. So I'm gonna do a cutaway scene right now where I'm just going to be modeling it with some music, and then stay tuned if you want to see my mini fabric haul and my sewing plans for the mini fabric haul. Okay, so this is Burda style March 2018 number 113, which was also the featured sewing pattern, which meant that it comes with a step-by-step picture tutorial. So basically, I really like the fact that it's shaped, and I'm just showing you the dots that it has there and how the bustier works. It's basically a really long piece that's folded over, and there's the invisible zip that makes it easier to put the dress on and off. And I just want to show you the collar, the under collar. I played around with the reversible nature of the fabric, and I think it works really, really quite well. The yoke, the skirt yoke, is cut on the bias, and that band is just a rectangular piece of fabric folded over and sewed in between the 2 skirt pieces. It's a very easy pattern to make, and you can see there's the back yoke, and that's double-faced, and I will show you the inside of the dress later on. I love the armhole. I think that the armhole is just perfect and just right for me. There I am twirling in the dress. I really love how this dress looks and how it moves. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like without the belt on. It's a little bit loose around my waist because all my triathlon training has meant that I've lost some of my waist a little bit. The only thing missing is pockets, and that's why I'm doing that motion with the pockets. So this is the inside view of the dress. You can see that I finished all of my seams with an overlocker, and you can see the bust studs and the half placket, which I thought the instructions were absolutely excellent, and I managed to achieve it, and it looked really, really nice and professional. That's the bias binding on the armholes that I'm very, very proud of. And what I did was I did the bias binding first before I sewed up the side seams, which is like a little trick that I use for doing the armhole bias binding much faster. And that's the back, and I just wanted to show you how much I love sewing my branded labels onto my own clothes, and it just looks so nice and profesh. And here's another close-up of my bias binding, and that's just some detail of the invisible zip from the inside. All in all, I am very, very happy and very pleased with this dress, and it will definitely be getting a lot of wear. And as a tangent, I thought I'd show you the shoes that I was wearing with the dress today. I love these shoes. Okay, so now moving on to the fabric haul. So today, it's Thursday today, by the way. I went to meet up with Chris, Eleanor, and Ali in town, and we sort of went shopping to the few fabric shops that we have in Leeds. And one of the places that we stopped was B&M Fabrics, and Okay, I couldn't resist buying this fabric because it was just amazing. It was £15 per meter. It's very pricey, but the texture on this fabric is just the bee's knees. So it's flamingos in different colors. Did you look at that? And it's a jersey that has this really excellent drape to it, and I'm going to try and show you the surface of the fabric. It's outstanding. And see, when you stretch it out, so it's got some stretch on this side, and I got 1.5 meters of this. It was £15 per meter. Normally a bit more pricier than what I would pay for a jersey fabric, but there was just something about this that just caught me. And I know with B&M fabrics, their jerseys are outstanding quality, because I've bought them before and I've washed them and they work so well. So I know that whatever I'm going to make out of this is going to be a workhorse. So yeah, so I was very excited to buy this. And then, so this was the only thing that I got from B&M fabrics. And then we headed off to Fletcher's Fabrics, and they had some seersucker. And this caught my eye because I love the lightness of the pastel shades. So it's got this pale pink and this pale green and white thingy going, and to top it off, it's also got this wonderful texture as well. Yeah, and apparently Eleanor was telling me this, that it's called seersucker, and it's supposed to have these raised edges, which means that it doesn't sit on your skin, so it's supposed to help you give off heat better or something. The other thing, the last thing that I bought from Fletcher's Fabrics again, was this wool fabric, and I picked this one up for £12 per meter, but it's got this, it's almost like a jacquard, but it's not quite a jacquard, but the color is an incredibly rich, earthy teal, and it's such a, there's just something about it, and it's very lightweight, and it's a wool. So this is definitely going to be a winter make, but I haven't seen anything like this, and I just thought I must have that. It's 100% wool as well. So this one was £12 per meter, and it was the last of the roll, so I was quite happy with that. Now, isn't that fantastic? I went fabric shopping, and I only bought 3 pieces of fabrics, and that's amazing, guys, because normally when I go fabric shopping, I'm kind of like a in for a penny, in for a pound kind of person. I go all in with the fabric, and it's not that there wasn't other pieces of fabric that I liked that were calling to me. There were quite a few. Some of them I even picked up and I took them to get cut out, and then I just told myself, you gotta stop, what are you doing? This isn't worth it. And the reason why I was able to do that, to exercise some sort of willpower, is because yesterday, and the day before yesterday, and the day before that, I've been reorganizing my fabric. So I know exactly how much fabric is in my collection. I literally know exactly how much fabric is in my collection. So when I was going to extend it with these other beautiful fabrics, I was just like, you don't have the space. You don't have the space. And so that really helped me. And it's the first time, honestly, it is the first time that I have been able to peacefully look at a piece of fabric and say, you know what? I feel the attraction. I'm feeling you. And you and I, we could be amazing. But I'll come back, and if it's meant to be, it will be. And it was a wonderful feeling. It really was. Now, I don't know how to replicate that feeling, because I'm pretty sure it's probably because I have just finished reorganizing the fabric. So what's gonna happen in a month or so when I'm not actually reorganizing my fabric, I don't know. But I just wanted to share with you guys that if you're ever worried about going shopping and you think that you're gonna go overboard, maybe reorganize your fabric collection before going shopping, and that might be able to curb any urges to buy more fabric than you need. Although, having said that, I thought that this piece of fabric was outstanding and worth it. So anyway, that's the fabric haul. Now, quickly moving on to the third part of this video, which is the sewing plans. Now, I don't normally do sewing plans videos because I've said before, I talk to the fabric and the fabric talks back to me, and sometimes it tells me that I don't want to be this anymore. But I decided to set myself a small challenge. Given how I'm aware of how much fabric I have, I don't want to necessarily increase the amount of fabric that I have. So it's fantastic. I only bought 3 pieces of fabric, but I thought to myself, what if I actually sewed up those 3 pieces of fabric straight away so that there isn't any net addition to my actual collection? And I thought, you know what, I should try and do that. I should try and do that and not let the idea marinate for a while. So without further ado, here is my first ever proper sewing plan that I am sharing out there with the hopes that I get accountability for it. Okay, so this beautiful, wonderful piece of fabric here is going to become a Jamie Christina Mission Maxi. So I just spent about 20 minutes trying to find what I wanted to make with it. I'm just going to show it to you on my laptop because I don't know how to do insertion scenes here. So can I get this to be a bigger thing? Can you see that? So that's the maxi dress. It's kind of got like a racer back, and it's just a simple dress, and I'll just make it as long as the fabric will allow me to. So that's what I'm going to make with the peacock one. The seersucker, I'm going to make a couple of summer dresses from a Burda style issue. I can't remember the issue number, but I'm definitely going to make that. I've already showed my girls and they love it. They think it's going to be like a picnic dress because it reminds them of a picnic. So this one, however, I'm not going to make a sewing plan for this, nor am I planning to make it anytime soon because it is a winter fabric and I do find it very, very hard to sew winter things in summer. I'm a weather seamstress. That's what I like to call myself. I like to sew summery things when it's summer, and when it's cold I like to sew cold things. So I'm not. But having said that, still only adding 1 thing to my collection is better than adding 3 things. So I should be back next week to show you what I make out of these 2 pieces of wonderful fabrics. So if you've stayed with me until this far, thank you so much for hanging around and for just hearing my ramblings. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who comments. I really do appreciate you know, your comments and what you have to say, and it's really nice to hear that I'm not the only person who's crazy and talks to fabric. So, you know, if anything, your comments actually reaffirm that I'm not as crazy as I think. So thank you so much for that, and until I see you next time, happy sewing, guys.